Sorry, I was fucking coughing. How you guys doing? Welcome, welcome. Who's starting today's stream? We got a. Oh my fucking lord! That's six. Is that 16 kills? Are you shitting me? Ryan bro. No way. Are we get? Oh my god, he's about to get. He killed me, motherfucker. Are we gonna see a 20 kill? Oh shit! From the top rope, getting fucked. Is this it? There it is. 18 kills, Ryan. Holy fuck, man. We haven't seen that in a while. How you guys doing? Kills record for it. 18 kills is fucking impressive. Oh man. Remember how I said I got hit with the if you're feeling better? Oh, I'm feeling a lot better. Thanks for asking. Like this is how I look when I'm feeling a lot better. Oh man. So I said like I seem to have gotten Hannah's cold, right? And I said at least I wasn't hit as hard as her. And then well then yesterday happened. Dude, I literally woke up, feel like somebody like literally drugged me and then kicked me in the fucking face whilst I was out. That's how it felt. It was so bad, man. So bad. Anyways, I'm gonna try to stream for at least a couple of hours today. Kindergarten's literal biohazard. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't help that my immune system is just beyond shot. I need to go out and meet people. Like, I need to actually, like, exist in society, I guess. I also need to work out, so there's a lot of things that that I should be doing. Anyways, where's my notepad? My classical notepad. I wanted to go through this and hopefully more. I was supposed to make a video recording of this shit that we did last time, but I want to talk about this, which I do have prepped over here. Get a bicycle. Last time I was on a bicycle, I rode it 2 clicks that way to a party at my friend's place. And the worst part about it was when well, I mean, we were dancing and shit, having a good time. The morning after, my entire body was aching. I need to start moving again, man. I'm fucking turning into a vegetable here. Something about there's undead minions and holy minions. I made a video in which I refer to us not knowing the holy minions yet, and the holy minions or the holy themed minions. They're like Absolution, Dominating Blow, Radiant Crusade from the Guardian Ascendancy. Blanket on stream. Oh, you can see my Twitch partner blanket. Yeah. I've been sweating my ass in this one, so this was still in play. Holy was damage types, but you get an actual paladin. Well, I think, and I hope we're gonna get a paladin ascendancy for the Templar. I actually hope we're gonna get that. Let me just respond to Hannah. Give me a second. Okay, so I'm making runes. Good shit. Okay, so I guess we go through the data mined. 143 of them. Need to get a custom blanket, yeah. Stand on desk without walking treadmill. I do have a standing desk. Gotta fix my cable management. We're getting an announcement today. Today is 23rd of October. I think that if we get an announcement, it'll happen tonight in EU. You sound like someone gave you a cactus popsicle, my dude. My voice goes up or like back and forth with this distortion, so yeah, that's fine. My throat's not that bad. It's mostly it's just a harsh cold at this point. All right. Maybe we should get something to drink. We try with some tea. Oh, I've had plenty of tea. And I cleansed. I don't think we have any more honey left. I ate it all. Or drank it all, rather. Okay, so this is what I wanted to go through. So I'm just going to dive into it. And we'll see how long my energy can handle. Oh, fucking hell. Okay, let's go. Ancestral Warrior Totem. That's all the info we have on it. Oh, shit. Okay. So these are the attacking totems. Totem base attack 1 second. Limit to 1 totem. 20-second duration. I'm dealing fist damage. So really nothing special with this. Hey, Cindy, how you doing, man? I did have I was supposed to have a meeting with my accountant today. I had to do it over the phone. A bottle of Jack, honey flavor, and you're good. Ooh. Actually sounds good. I'm fine. Thanks for asking. Good. I'm just hoping everyone feels better than I do right now. All right, so Ancestral Warrior Totem. One-handed mace. Okay, so this is exclusively for maces. It does have an AoE tag, so we can just assume that this is going to be a slamming totem. The voice doesn't sound so good. The voice comes and goes, so it's not that bad. Wish I had someone to cuddle with, else I feel fine. Cuddle? I'm not a cuddly person, personally. Hannah is the cuddly person. Then when she's sick or when she's feeling bad, she wants to cuddle, and I'm like, bro, just leave me the fuck alone, and I'll play some games or something. That's kind of like where I'm at. You know, all mace attacks are AoE though. Like default attack? I don't think so. I don't think the default attacks are AoE based. Feel the minions and totems will be crazy OP. I don't know if proxy damage will be. The skills mace attacks are slams. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, because it has an AoE tag and it's mace only, I think it's safe to assume that the Ancestral Warrior Totem will be using slams. Here's the thing though. We know Jonathan has expressed and said that Warrior will be the more slow and stompy play style. See it on the splash art here. And he also has mentioned that Marauder will be the more speedy, fast fighter. But what the fuck has happened to Duelist then? Right? So I'm not sure, but it seems like the Warrior, like anything that refers to Warrior, seems to be like a slow and stompy approach. That's kind of like the theme they're going for from what we've been hearing. We don't know if that's going to be the case, though. Anyways, moving on. We have Arc. Spell Chaining Lightning, nothing different there. Crit strike chance on 9%. What is the... Like, it looks like... it looks like they've increased base critical strike chance. Some abilities have like 15% crit or some crazy shit. You guys notice that? Like actually 15%. It's been kind of crazy. And if you look at Arc in PoE 2, the data mine says 9%. That's a fucking 50% increase from what the base crit is in PoE 1. That's quite a lot. More damage for each remaining chain, so they can be used a single target. Chain radius, shock, quantity of chains. Decrease the increased creature strike chance. I mean, it's possible. We don't know, but they have increased base crit across the board. What that means for the state of the game that we know of and that we have access to, because we have access to skill tree nodes. See if I can find it. Here it is. We have this one here, Jagged Shards, is 15% crit strike chance.
Holy.
I know this one is a crit node as well. That's a crit. All of these are crits, but I don't remember what that one did. Rotland, thanks so much for the 29 months, man. Tempest Bell is going to break the beta. I mean, I'm pretty confident that they're going to have some balance changes on that before we get AA. I really think so. I mean, it was super OP during the playtests. So, I mean, they have nodes like this, but it's like, if you have an ability with like a base 15% crit chance, 15% crit chance multiplied by 1.15 would be 17.25, right? And then like you have that approach, and that's like, these nodes are worth so much ultimately, and that's a lot, right? And if you then look at the crit strike chance, that's 15%. If you look at arc, 9 multiplied by 1.15 is 10.35. 10.35. So I mean, they're very noticeable. All of these crit strike chance nodes actually has a much higher value as a result of the base crit being so high from the get-go. So the even crit strike chance nodes in the early game will have an impact. Crit multi works, so builds aren't going full crit or no crit. They want more builds in between. Yeah, no, I get that. I'm just saying, like, because of the fact that they're increasing the base crit, it does allow us to have a higher value gain from these crit nodes in general, which is quite massive. Like, it actually is a pretty massive difference in terms of scaling. I wonder how high crit chance nodes will be, because there's a lot of high crit chance bases. I don't know if I've actually touched upon that node behind here. I didn't touch it, really. I only touched that small node. That small node is critical spell damage, not critical strike chance. I mean, obviously the skill tree is going to be changing, so we don't know to what degree we'll actually see these things either. Like, it's too early to tell, and the skill trees are going to change. Like, we know that for a fact that it's going to change. Someone sounds like they have a cold. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up, actually. You're not wrong. Yo, Alama, can you run and sell some gems for me? Oh man. Let me see. There we go. Let's see. Okay, give me a second to respond to Hannah. Okay, let's see. A little screw with T-Big gameplay DM'd us with OSRS. I'm literally just making runes tabbing in and out every now and then. It's fine. Okay, so Arc, there was nothing special with this. Arctic Armor, let's see if there's any changes in this. Arctic Armor is a 30 spirit reservation. Calling an icy barrier that gains stages over time. While the barrier has stages, melee attacks that hit you will be partially absorbed by the barrier, removing a stage from it by dealing less damage to you and causing a burst of ice that deals cold spell damage to attack. So every time you're hit, you're actually doing cold damage back to the enemies. Okay. And every time you're standing still, 1.5 seconds, you gain a stage. And each stage... Do you see what I see? Essentially, you stand still for 4.5 seconds. You have 3 stages. There's no information here that says that you lose stages by moving. You actually build up the stages by standing still for 1.5 seconds. If you're attacking or casting spells, every 1.5 seconds you get a new stage. And the stages are only taken away when they have absorbed damage, which apparently is only melee attacks that hits you. That's a big fucking deal there. Okay. The PvT gyms be more class specific. I don't think so. Not that I've seen, at least. There are obviously a general theme. Some builds will be better at it than others. So essentially what this means is that the Arctic armor in PoE 1 requires you to stand still for optimal benefits of the defensive layers provided, whereas in PoE 2 you have 0 mitigation, 0 retaliation. But if you stood still for 1.5 seconds, you get a stage, up to 3 stages. Again, keep in mind, this is a level 7 skill, so maybe we get more stages with higher levels. I'm not sure. I'm ashamed to admit that I'm looking forward towards PoE 2. Why would you be ashamed about that? I'm super fucking excited about this. Oh, wait, I'm blind. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't say that we have to stand still for it. I'm just thinking PoE 1. You're right. There's no text here saying you actually have to stand still. Count your icy barrier to gain stages over time. It does not gain stage by me standing still. Oh. Sorry. My brain's a little mush today. You're right. This is really nice. I mean, obviously, if you get multiple hits, you lose the benefit of it. But this Arctic armor actually feels way better than that of the one that's in PoE 1. Like, that's a big fucking difference. Holy shit. Or it's just like bone armor. That's the way they presented it with Octavian Neon demo. Jonathan did say you have to stand still. Jonathan said you have to stand still, but this data mine is suggesting that we don't have to stand still. All right. Well, I mean, we can only base it on what we're seeing, right? I'm saying you were right. You didn't remember wrong. No. So again, even despite sleeping in the office or just waking up. No, I had a cold from Hannah, but I had like the incubation time wasn't fully blown up. So I thought I got the cold from my daughter and Hannah, but I was barely hit with it. I got a little snivelly, like stuffed nose, and that's it. I was like, yeah, good. I didn't get hit hard. I'm fine. And I shouldn't have said shit because yesterday I was fucked beyond belief. And then today I feel good enough to attempt to stream a little bit. It was changed after moving while attacking was attacking. It was added. In the Exile gameplay, it said you had to stand still. You can even see it only gain stages while you were still. I'd like to recall that too. Either way, we don't know if this is 100% accurate or not, but like based of this data mined. Here's another thing. This is a buff spell persistent cold. This does not scale with aura efficiencies because it's not an aura. But it does reserve 30 spirits. All right, we'll move to the next one. Armour Breaker. Okay, attack speed, a little slower, 80% of base, 20 mana, 86 attack damage. This is a mace ability again. 200 mace, 100 mace. Knocks enemies back on hit. And +2 to melee strike range. And then basically breaking Exile armor. Oh, shit. Honestly, at level 12, breaking 1500 armor is a lot of armor. Like, I remember the armor that we had on these characters and the lower levels. Can I see armor somewhere? Like, I didn't have shit in armor. Look at this. Like, I had nothing. I'd have to go to this window, I guess, to see my stats. He had a little bit of armor. I mean, you see this? $52 armor. 25 armor. He has a shield as well, but it's like 1562 at level 12. Like, that's a lot of armor. It's actually a lot. Dev said how long average campaign run will take, like PoE 1 or much longer, even with 6 acts. No, they have not said anything about that yet. No info on that. You would end up having negative armor. No. Like, enemies have their own armor. You're breaking armor off the enemies. I'm just referring to the fact that at level 12, your character is not able to hit 1500 armor. So if you're able to break 1500 armor off of enemies, that's actually quite significant amounts of armor. It doesn't say how long the armor break lasts unless it's permanent, though. I don't know if it stacks either. I mean, with this number, I would assume it did not stack, though. Yes, you look like shit. What's going on? I'm sick. Thank you, Rutland. I'm sick as fuck. I'm gonna try to stream as long as I can today. I just need to make sure that I am not sick for the fucking subathon. The scale above all shows that your choice of second weapon might be very impactful. So here's a cool thing you can do in PoE 2. You can have a one-handed mace with fast attack speed because of this, right? And a shield. And so you can have, like, say you have a two-handed weapon that you're fighting with. Then you can have you can set the Armour Breaker skill to be used with your second weapon set. So that when you click Armour Breaker, your character would sheath the two-handed weapon, pull out a shield and a one-handed weapon, and smack the fuckers in the face with Armor Break or Shield Charge. You said Sabaton, and suddenly Sabaton comes on. Yeah, good timing. So you could break armor that way. So I wonder if that's gonna be like the meta of more of melee builds, to weapon swap for mobility and weapon swap for ailment and armor breaks. I think all classes will kind of focus on having one weapon set for damage, another one for utility and CC control. I think that's going to be a very pressing. Maybe it doesn't necessarily have to be a pressing meta approach. But I definitely think that that's going to be a way that a lot of people will play. At least initially, I think that one of the first things people will do is have one weapon set for damage, another one for utility. Like, I would love to see the fact that if I'm playing the game and one mobility skill is better than everything else, like in PoE 1, Shield Charge Frostblink is like the best mobility combo in the entire game. Mobility skills, obviously, just stupid movement speed would be better. So if that's the case, I think everyone is going to want to have a one-hander and a shield if that's the same situation in PoE 2. So that means that as soon as you click Shield Charge, you want to get to the next area fast. You weapon swap to one-hander and a shield. And I think that shit like this, with breaking armor and stuff like that for melee builds, that seems to be a natural decision for melee builds to opt into with their off set, right? Then switch back to whatever weapon they're dealing damage with. Kind of like a better weapon swap from the Barb in D4. Kind of. Most important, it's available to everyone. And not give the barb 5 million extra multipliers. Then again, we have shit like... And Torchlight Season 6 launch tomorrow? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I will not play it on the launch time because it launches 4 a.m. So I'll be live a little later. I'll level up to 60. Oh, okay, so I actually have a sponsorship. So my sponsorship is saying that I should start from level 60. So tomorrow I have to make sure I get to level 60 before I start the stream, and then I'll do some more PoE stuff. And once the PoE stuff is done, we'll move over to playing Torchlight Infinite. I'm actually very excited. I think Torchlight is a good game. I really like Torchlight. Everything has been nerfed. I don't even know what class I'd play. It only works in melee. That's correct, Dominique. Yeah, for sure. Scans and mains in PvP1 was F for a party to learn. So let's hope. Yeah, we'll see. Early access open for everyone when it comes. They're gonna have an announcement stream where they talk about how to get access to the beta or early access. Which the only thing they've said is that it's similar to what they did back with Fall of Oriath. And in Fall of Oriath, they they had a $30 supporter pack that gave the key, and they gave immediate access to anyone who spent more than $500 across the lifetime of PoE. And then they had a forum thread where anyone could just make an account and comment on the forum thread, and every hour they would give away a bunch of access to people randomly in that forum thread. We don't know what they're going to do this time. That's just what they did last time, and the only thing they've said is that they're going to do something similar to that. So excited to unlock all the classes for the new ones to play. Yeah, it's like the launch is what, 7 p.m. PDT. Yeah, so they actually launch. Torchlight Infinite is launching 4 a.m. for me tomorrow morning. So what I'm gonna do is, because I'm not healthy, like I'm still sick. I'm sorry about that, guys. Like, I'm trying my best here. So what I'll be doing is I'm gonna fully rest, and then I'm gonna level to 60 because of the sponsorship. Then I'll go live, talk some PoE stuff, and then we'll move over to Torchlight Infinite. But I don't know what class I'll play. Should I play the new class? Is that the plan? Creator of PoE is creating PoE for PoE2. We don't know. No idea. All right, let's move on to the next one. Armor piercing rounds. This is for the Mercenary. Ammunition, attack AoE, projectile physical. Attack speed is super fast, apparently. But attack damage is only 28%. Okay, but it hits break 7 armor. Oh. And knocks back enemies. We've seen this in action. We have seen this in action. We've actually seen this in action. Path of Exile 2 Mercenary Showcase. Why do I get ads? Hello? Oh, for fuck's sake.
Job out there I won't take, so long as the pay's good and a crossbow can solve it.
That's the one. That's the armor piercing rounds. See that little barrage of shots? That's the armor piercing rounds. I'm going end game. Wait, what? They move the crossbow attack type being tied to the weapon. They're just skills now, just like elemental ammo. You would think a bullet would break armor better than a mace. Or it could be rapid shots. All I know is that the rapid shot is an ability, and the armor piercing rounds is the ammunition, right? I never played the Mercenary. So what this dude is doing is you're loading your crossbow with clips of bolts that can be fired rapidly and break enemies. Using the skill again reloads the clip. Right? So this is just changing the ammunition, right? That's how it worked, isn't it? You'd have one ability to change the ammunition, the other is for which ability to use, is it not? Weapon swaps happen automatically. Yes, when you can go to your skills section in the game and your interface, and then you can tell the game which weapon set you want that specific ability to use, or both if it doesn't care. I did an Uber and a high daily map. Then trying to tier 17 since I found them boring. That's fair. As long as you have fun, man. It's all about having fun. We're playing games, right? Ball lightning base crit is increased. Hefty mana cost for level 13. No, goddamn. Same CDR on the trigger hits. Base radius remains the same. 700% more chance of shock. Is that the same? No shock info here. So they actually added. They actually did add increased more chance, not increased, more chance to shock enemies. That's kind of massive, actually. Actually, every 0.2 is a nerf. Strike interval is 150, not 200. Yeah, thank you, Scott. Yeah, you're right. So they made ball lightning have a chance to shock better, but hits a little less frequent. 25% nerf on the hit rates. If you directly compare it to PoE 1, that is. What's up, Nima? All right. What about Barrage? Barrage. Ready a volley of arrows, causing your next bow attack to repeat multiple times. Consume your frenzy charges on use to add additional repeats. So, unlike Barrage support in PoE 1, start a new full-time job right before PoE 2 launch feels bad, won't have any time off. That doesn't matter, Fast. that really doesn't matter. Congratulations on the new job. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. I hope you'll enjoy your time at work there, man. IRL first, man. IRL first. The game's not going anywhere. You'll join us in gaming and blasting when you're back from work, dude. Congratulations. You should be happy. Don't complain about it. We can still exist. It's very important, man. That IRL farm is way more important. Congratulations, dude. The game will be here for years. Exactly. The game ain't going nowhere, man. Game is not going anywhere. Like, look at the fucking game I'm playing here in the background. This game came out in 1997. I'm still playing it every now and then. I actually have a lot of people from our community playing there. The game is fucking, it's almost as old as me. Almost. Like 6 years younger than me. I think it'll make me appreciate my PoE time more having less of it. That's fair. That's fair. Glad it's tied to support Gem. Shame they won't make it good in PoE 1. I'll start a new job in November, moving in with my girlfriend and going to play PoE 2. I'm going to be a new life. That sounds awesome, Scoop. Congratulations to you too, sir. Holy shit, dude. I always love hearing good news from you guys. Fucking hell, oh man, I'm crying. I'm not crying. I'm not crying. You're crying. Oh, fucking hell. Where was I? So, unlike PoE, fucking hell. So, unlike PoE 1 Barrage support, what this does is this gives you a buff that lasts up to 5 seconds, and it makes your next bow attack repeat. No matter what bow attack it is, it's going to repeat 2 times. Plus an additional time per frenzy charge consumed. Which means that if you play... Look at those tears. He really loves us. I fucking do, man. I fucking do. Just realized I'm turning 20 in like 16 days, bro. Well, congratulations to you. Holy shit. Everyone's just fucking partying and having a good time. Everybody's fucking celebrating. And I'm just here being sick. Fuck, man. All right. 20 is so young. Yeah, Shadow Crusher. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. So, you're with the old guys here. The min age for PoE is 30. No. Min age for this stream is 30. This is where we have all the mature people. And then you have the Zoomers and the Gen Z kids. They're flocking somewhere else, stirring up drama and screaming how pronouns are the most important thing in society.
PoE 2 hype is real. Got to work one weekend in November though. Guess which one? FML Gaz Rock.
Flower Flav, thanks so much for the sub, man. I appreciate that, dude. 36, feels bad. 37, reporting in. I'm 36 in 2 weeks. That's awesome. Congratulations, man. 48. You know our oldest subscriber is 68 years old this year. And he's been with us for quite a few years now. Our oldest subscriber is 68 years old. I think that's cool as fuck. And he said he couldn't be arsed to watch any other streams because they're just filled with brats and spoiled kids in the chat. And I'm like, okay, but I mean, we got some fucking morons in this community as well. You guys know who I'm talking about. I'm just saying. They just spoil boomers, yeah. YouTube chat's coming in with the numbers. You got a 40 and 38. Holy shit. 23 vet here. So I'm 43-year-old civilian. Get a guild in the new Tibia server. We are not actively playing that much in the new server, Fishy. If anybody wants to join us in playing Tibia, I would recommend the main server because that's where we actually play. We're having a little bit of a side project on the new server, but we don't have a guild there. No, we're not gonna bother either. I can't actually because I'm the leader and the owner of the other guild, and I can't have another guild on another server. That's how the system works, so I can't actually. So if anyone wants to join, they'll have to be on the other server. Anyways, let's get back to things, because as we've noticed, we do have some young children in the chat. How you guys doing, kids? Sit down, zip on your little soda and suck on that lollipop as we are going to talk about some more adult things here. Okay. So we're going to talk about Barrage and the differences between this and PoE 1 and PoE 2. Okay. So strap in, put your seatbelt on. Don't forget to wear your helmets. You don't hurt yourself. All right. So in PoE 2, we're looking at creating a buff for ourselves, right? That is just straight up going to make your next bow attack double up, repeating 2 times. That's triple attack. This is not a support. It's an active buff skill, spell duration, and most importantly, it's a multi-strike for bow builds that does not take up a support gem slot for your main attacks. And you can make it multi-strike more times for each frenzy charge consumed. That's pretty cool. Hey, Matic level 44. Nice. Chance you don't play minions on first playthrough. If there's a chance that I don't play minions on my first playthrough, tell you what, there is a chance. Tell you what, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. There is a chance that I will not play minions on my first playthrough. There is. 0 chance? No, there is. You should never say never, okay? I will willingly play a non-minion build for the first playthrough if someone donates $20,000 right now. And if someone does not do it right now, today, in today's stream, I will be playing minions. There you go. So there is a chance. There is a chance. It's a very small one, practically non-existent. But if I get a $20,000 donation, US dollars, by the way, then I will play non-minions. Money Hungry Beast? No. Me playing minions is worth that much to me. I would need that much money for me to not play minions. That's my price. So no, you're not going to be able to donate Zimbabwe dollars, okay? Did you guys know that 50 Cent, the rapper, his name in Zimbabwe is $500 million? Does the yen count? Nope, it does not. Trillion, yeah. All right, we're going to move on from Barrage here. Barrier Invocation. Wow, kickies. Is it 97? Oh my god, does the XP slow down? I thought I'd farm out my first 100 finally, but it's so slow. After 95, it becomes noticeably slower. And every level gets worse and worse. So if you're in 97, you're in that really sloggy run. And it's even worse to get 98, and even worse than that to get to 100. Minions are content. Couldn't do a YouTube video on minions on start. Exactly. All right. Barrier Invocation is a buff persistent trigger metagem. Casting the skill once activates it, causing it to gain energy. When your energy shield is damaged by hits, casting again once sufficient energy is gathered, it will consume the energy to trigger socketed spells. Huh? So you activate it, and it gets energy when your energy shield is damaged by hits. And then when enough energy is gathered, you can consume that energy, not shield, but the energy that its abilities kick in to trigger socketed spells. Gain 1 energy for each 5 energy lost to damage taken. It's like cast when damage taken, except it's cast when you click the ability after taking damage. Oh my god, how do you How are we going to abbreviate that? Oh, sweet Jesus. How are we 3 weeks out and have no ascendancies or endgame or any acts 5 and 6? What happened to the class teasers? We're going to see more once they do the reveal stream, and we are expecting them to make some sort of announcement tonight, because today marks the 11 years since GGG released Path of Exile officially. Is the skill better than just casting your linked skill? Well, you don't get a cast speed. When you press this, it's triggered, so you don't cast the abilities. Wouldn't that be yesterday for New Zealand? Yes, but like it's 11 years ago in most of the world today. This one looked pretty interesting. Here's the Bind Spectre gem. Maybe no mana cost, yeah, maybe. Or 1k hours into the game, kill all Reach Lords. Better late than never, right? Better late than never. Missing Chalupa. Pokeball Spectre. So this is actually pretty cool. What they've done with this is that you socket this gem, and when you cast this ability, you'll see nameplates of the corpses of enemies you've killed, which will then bind that unit to the gem. And then it will reserve spirit. There was a showcase of this.
Debuff that builds up while tinctures are active. Mechanics that will completely change how you play the core game. We've been sitting on a lot of these ideas for a while and can't wait to share them with
info. No. That ain't it. Reveal teaser. No. Where the fuck is it? Official trailer? No, that's a trailer.
debuff that
and the features that come alongside them. Finally, we'll show you our new supporter packs, ending with a live
Oh,
Q&A
fuck,
session.
where is it? It's the... I'm looking for the Spectre video, which was in one of their league reveals. Where the fuck is it? Was it the witch reveal? It might have been.
Use. This is a Bind Spectre gem.
Here it is. You see this? Skeletal Storm Mage, by the way.
Using it, I can take the body of any enemy
Skeletal
and capture
Warrior.
it.
So now he has Bind Spectre. Now he changes his action bar to the Bind Spectre
so that I can
skill.
keep it as a
And
minion.
now he gets a nameplate saying, well, the Fairy-Done Impaler overwhelms physical reduction. This is a blue one, so I'm not sure that matters because you're not supposed to get the magical monster modifier. So this is irrelevant. But you get the base monster, which is a Fairy-Done Impaler, and it says 120 spirit. He's going to move down, and you'll see a Winged Fiend.
Any monster can be.
Can you see it? Yeah. Winged Fiend. This one costs 40 spirits to reserve, and each minion you want to summon from this then reserves that amount of spirit. So this is a Fairy-Done one.
Captured, but the spirit cost depends on how powerful the monster is.
So now he's consumed it.
It takes a lot of spirit for such a powerful enemy, so I'll have to.
And you see here, Summon Spectre, Fairy-Done Impaler.
unsummon a lot of my other minions, but it
Now
certainly
he's
seems like a
now he's reducing his skill to reverse to reduce the amount of spirit being reserved, so that he can reserve the other
might be
minion.
worth it.
And now he's reserving one Faradon Spectre or Faradon Impaler.
If the Spectre dies,
Which
just
looks
like any
amazing.
other minion, it will respawn after a short time.
And there it is. So if the Spectre dies, it will automatically resummon. Look at the abilities this guy has. Look at that shit. Boom. That'll sunder. That's so cool. So that's what's happening with how the Raise Spectre or Bind Spectre skill will actually work. Next, Blasphemy. So Blasphemy, spell buff, persistent AoE aura, seems exactly like we're expecting. Counts as an aura this time. Socketed curse skills applying an aura around you, and it reserves 30 spirit per socketed curse that you put into it. And then it's the Blasphemy support. Support a curse skills apply their curses as aura. Support curse skill also counts as aura skills. Using your support skill is instant. Less effective support curses. Huh. They actually added PoE 1 comparison next to this. That's nice. I like that. So this is how it looks in PoE 1. And this is the PoE 2 version. So this will be like your main way of enabling the curses. Whereas in PoE 1, you would actually Blasphemy is just a support. Now they're flipping it. So I think it's pretty cool. It's 30 spirit per socketed curse. Blazing Lands. Attack projectile fire. Requires level 52. There's a skill that you cannot use until you're level 52. What the fuck? No, this is Polyphia. Song name is Storm. It's level 13. No, oh yeah, the skill gem's level 13. Sorry, you're right. You were right. It's a level 13 gem. Thank you, chat. All right. So at 13, the modifiers is a flat base damage, fire over time. Projectiles pierces all targets, converting 50-50 fire. It's interesting that they have a base radius and base secondary radius, but it's not AoE tagged. Meaning that you're not able to scale those if this is accurate. Do you know we can support skills that are socketed in buffs gems? That's supposed to be the case. Typo maybe the data mine didn't get all the info correctly set up. I don't know. But this is based on this info. We have no idea how Blazing Lands looks either. So it's like, it's impossible to tell what this is going to do. But it looks like you're not going to be able to scale the AoE of it. But you have piercing all targets. There is a video for this. Is there? Where? What time's that? Oh.
The skill we're using here is called Blazing Lance. Blazing
there
Lance
you go.
creates a trail of fire from the ground, dealing damage over time. However, if you're willing to stand in place for long enough, you can throw a second spear that will fan the flames for much more damage.
Did you notice how the character's HP turned like little different color hue here? Is that a tailwind buff? He's not shocked. It would show up here. He's not chilled either. He got a green buff that looks like tailwind. That's not tailwind. It's not facing either. I have no idea. It's not onslaught. That doesn't look like that. That fire, it looks so cool though. It's not Quicksilver. Momentum. It's not almost momentum though. Yeah, it's his R ability. So it's actually an ability that buffs him. Maybe it's the Barrage. No, because that's bow abilities. Never mind. Face dash. Dash doesn't look like that. Interesting. Interesting. Anyways, thanks for pointing out there was a video on this. That's actually pretty cool. But it looks like you can't scale this, which would make sense because the mechanical approach to it is that you're supposed to be able to shoot another round of it, and if you shoot another round of it, it will fan out the flames. Yeah, we'll see. All right. Bone Cage. I've used this ability, so I know this one. First week of EA, gonna hit the PoE community like crack. Oh yeah, 100p. 100p. So the Bone Cage is something I used a lot in the playthrough video of the Witch gameplay footage I posted. And what it does is that it's a duration-based circle around you, and basically the spikes will explode if an enemy touches them, and that will damage them, but most importantly pin the enemies around them. So this was a way for me to keep enemies around me away from me. So that's how we use the Bone Cage. Bone Offering is no longer a persistent buff. It's like a totem. So this is the PoE 1 version. So Bone Offering is impales a skeleton. You will sacrifice a skeleton, by the way. On a bone spike to shield your minions while the spike remains. And the shield absorbs all damage the next hit each minion takes and then explodes. So essentially, if you have an enemy boss doing big damage abilities, so something we've noticed was in the Witch gameplay footage that they showed. Actually, I can show you the footage of it. Really? Why is the main channel not even on the fucking list? Holy shit. You serious? So he's gonna go to a boss, and what you're gonna notice he actually has on the F key here is the bone offering, or it might be flesh offering. But in a boss fight, you're gonna notice how his minions are gonna die a lot. So watch the minion count. You see he has his offering up. Now the offering's down. All right, watch this. He's gonna do a sweeping strike. 1, 1, 2, 1, 4. Boom. Half his minions are now dead. So my understanding is versus bosses, for minions, what you can do is when you learn the abilities of them, you can pop and sacrifice one minion to make sure all your other minions are safe from bigger attacks like this. But watch his minions now with the flame. Now the minions are back, and you see that 1 died, 2 died, 4 died, 5, 6 died, 9 died, 10 died, 11 died, and now they're all back, right? Like, actually, he had a resummon in the middle there because he only has 7, 8, 9 minions. But yeah, so that's basically what's happening with the bone offering, with the way that operates. Actually, not shabby. Not shabby at all. Yo, Alama, are you here? See if he's here. I need to sell these. It's gonna be interesting, but it does come at a cost of you sacrificing a minion for it, though. Bone Shatur. So Bone Shatter is a mace ability yet again. Melee Strike does not cause stun build up. Attack enemies with a melee strike. The strike will cause a heavy stun on enemies that are primed for stun. Upon causing a heavy stun, it will create a shockwave, dealing a large amount of damage in an area. Okay, so it doesn't cause a stun build up, but if they've been primed for a stun, I don't know that mechanic too well to be able to talk about it too much. But it will cause a heavy stun then, which I'm guessing is just a longer duration stun then. Seemingly. Bone Storm I've used in the play tests. It makes it so that you have the HP mana bar on screen without having the game up. What do you mean? You mean these bars? Is it in graphics? Interface HUD here. Yeah, show arcs in settings. That's what I have. I'm supposed to do this for that matter. Let's see if I can do that whilst. So Bone Storm is yet another one of those abilities that I have used. On the right side, you have the mana bar from Path of Exile. Oh, you mean that? That's an overlay that have been created by one of our longtime supporters for the stream. So we got a little nice artwork on a bubble for a mana bar, and we have our sponsors rotating with their images inside. So it's just a scene thing on OBS. I don't even see it. It's just you guys. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah. It's just an OBS scene thing. And that's it. That's all there is. So Bone Storm I've used. Yeah, you guys never see my real mana bar as a result of it. No. At least not in PoE 1. I might have to make some adjustments for PoE 2, though. Ay. Yeah, they have 9,000 mana, you have what? Yeah, basically. Well, you do actually see the number of mana up here. So this is channeling. Essentially, what this does. Oh, good lord. Your character is channeling, and as you're channeling, the longer you channel, you get more spikes flying above you. And if you consumes my power charges, if I have any power charges, and that will cause the spikes to explode on impact, doing AoE damage. But if it doesn't, then what happens is that these shrapnels or spikes, they actually get stuck on the enemies, and any attacks against them will then deal extra damage. Think of it as a pseudo impale mechanic, if you will. And unlike classical channeling abilities, you're actually able to move whilst channeling this specific ability. So you can move at the same time. At a slower rate, though. You'll be slower when you're moving. Oh, fuck's sake. I told you to move here. So that's basically how it is. And we have that in this footage. I have it in my footage as well. I used it quite a lot. See if I can find it. He's using it on the boss. I know that. There. You see this? He's moving. This is Bone Storm. See how he gets spikes up? And they're greenish. Well, white and greenish. Look at the target up here. See those hits? 14 hits. Now the boss will take more damage for the next 14 hits he receives. Now, if you consume a power charge, those will be blue, which was shown in the initial Witch Reveal teaser. So that was shown in the initial teaser where they're actually blue. The original ones are probably never nearly gray all the time because of horse. Yeah, they did make a change, like Ignacy's saying. So there's that. I miss the old globe ladies. So that's Bone Storm. We can move on to the next one, which is a bow shot. All right, let's get this fucking guy here. Hi, deposit all. Yes, good. How much money was that? 27,000. Good shit. So bow shot. This is good information. This is very good information. So bow shot, it fires an arrow with your bow. It sounds very accurate. It's exactly what we're talking about. You see, what you do is you fire a shot from your bow, and therefore you're gonna do damage. And that's basically the gist of it. So as you can tell, we're definitely looking at making a lot of cool moves with this. So that's happening for sure. Why are people fucking undercutting me in these? Motherfuckers, let me have this. 758. Fucking cuntaroonies. Fuck off from my market, man. I'm trying to make money here. No, it's all good. All good. All good. I did it myself. Just selling my flips whilst I stream PoE. Okay, so bow shot, super high. Man's gotta eat, bro. I'm trying to make some money, man. I'm not playing that much, so I gotta make do with what I've got. All right, that's just the way it is. It is for sure the default attack. I mean, it says requires level 18, so I have no idea why it would include that. I just think that this skill lacks lacks details in the file. That's my guess. So level 6 gem requires level 18, and it says fire an arrow with your bow. Oh, that reminds me. I gotta send a message to Darth. Give me a second. There we go. Skill level could be based on item level. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Like, we have no idea. Obviously, this gives us no information that we can work with, so it really doesn't matter. 1.5 damage when you're using a skill. Yeah. I don't know, Byte Flux. I have no idea. I'm already nagging Riker about contacting you, but I guess I can try from this side too. He needs some help figuring out the audio for the 2 PC setup. Like right now. Oh, 2 PC setup, not for dual streaming. Oh, sweet Jesus. Tell him to get voice meter. I can't click this because I'll show IP addresses. He needs to set up a voice meter. It costs like I think I spent $20 or something. So I have my microphone connected to my main rig, and then I have a virtual cable A and B. So what happens is audio device default goes to stream through the stream settings. Same thing with YouTube. YouTube is only taking this. Like, YouTube's not hearing this at all. And then I'm setting all of the sounds that goes to my headsets. And then I'm V-banding my audio to my streaming rig. And I'm V-banding over these 2 channels to my streaming rig as well. And they come in 2 different... The free version is not going to be enough for the audio cables that we need. You'll need virtual audio cable at the very least, depending on how you set his audio up. Then he will receive them on voice meter on his streaming rig, and there he can split the audios in 2 different channels on OBS. And because I'm not using my microphone on my streaming rig, which means I have to actually sync my web camera with my voice. So you just do a tick tracker on YouTube. Like any of these metronome tick tracker that preferably shows decimals, and you make a clap test, and then you sync it. I think for me, I have Let's see. I have a render delay on my web camera with 112 ms to match my voice. So my webcam is actually delayed by 112 milliseconds. And that was a shit show to deal with. But that's because my microphone's connected to my streaming, my gaming rig.
God dang it, not this again. How do I keep forgetting this? Sag happy 75 months.
What do you mean, Sag happy 75? Thanks so much, Volkter. Hope you're doing well, man. Sending the VOD timestamp, thanks. Yeah, I mean, he can let me know. Like, I got so much help from Slickmaster and EMP to set that up. Many hours was spent, so hopefully he won't have to spend that. When the streaming gets so complicated, well, okay, so nowadays hardware. When I started doing 2 PC setup, I had a really horrible streaming rig. It was so slow, but it did what it needed to do. The reason I went over to 2 PC setup is when you're doing this full time, there are certain things that fucks you hard financially and growth wise and all of those things. So what happens is that we have hardware that is so good these days that you can have everything on one rig and have really high quality. Back when I started, I could increase the quality of my stream because of it, but nowadays you don't need to. But if something happens, I have to reboot my rig, my gaming rig, because I installed something midstream, or a crash happens or whatever. I don't lose my stream. Because if you DC, I know DS Lily had a lot of issues with this. If you DC, you actually get fucked. Like, really fucked. Because what happens when you DC is that you lose, like, fucking... Ah, fuck. Alaba, can you get me blank runes if you're still on the stream? I need blank runes, if you don't mind. If they're expensive, I'll buy them myself. So it's like, if you DC, you lose more than half your viewers, and then you have to build that back up, and that hurts CCV. It hurts how this channel looks to sponsors and everything. By having 2 PC setup, I can have a crash in my gaming rig and not be affected by it. And the next step I'll be doing later is actually contacting another ISP to set up a backup internet. So if I get a DC, I want to have another source of internet that does not go through the same cables. Like, just some cheap, slow-ass shit internet that will just save the stream from failing till the main internet goes back up again. That's what I'm planning on doing to, again, safeguard myself from those situations. All right, cast on crit. So this is energy-based again. Okay. Reserves 100 spirit, and you gain energy, similar to that barrier thing we saw earlier. Gain 10 energy when you deal a crit with a skill, any skill then, and triggers all socketed spells and lose all energy on reaching maximum energy. It doesn't say how much energy is max here. I'm guessing that
GHAZZY loves cock. I do actually.
you might have
I do
higher
love
max
cock.
energy with more skills socketed, I would assume. Twitch hides your stream if you stream a second time in the same day. That's not true, no. That doesn't happen. But what happens is, if you DC, there's a lot of people that watch the streams and then they're like AFK and don't even notice. And if those people that are actively watching, they will refresh the stream and you're back at it. But since a lot of people that are watching are AFK, right, like when they're watching, especially on like long streams, like a league launch, for example, and a subathon, there will be a ton of people that are just lurking, or they went to bed, comes back 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 hours later. Those still counts as a viewer in your channel. You lose all of them when you have a crash happening. And the thing is, those people, they help channels so much. That's the truth, especially for smaller streamers. So if you're watching a stream and you're going to work, just leaving your rig on with a stream up helps the channel. It's crazy, but that's how it works, right? But if you were to DC or something during that time, those people don't come back because they're not at the rig. They're not at their computers. So that's how it works. Yeah, I'm back on, yeah. So that's just how it works. How this industry kind of works. So cast or crit, we have no idea what the max energy is. I'm assuming that max energy is based on the ability they put in. What do you need for a 2 PC setup? You need a capture card. I have an internal one, so I don't want to have more shit on my desk. I have an internal one hooked in my Starforge PC right now. And then you need to solve the audio, which is handled most commonly is voice meter setups. Some people use Go XLR and stuff like that. I don't use that. I didn't want to use Go XLR for the simple fact that there are significantly better preamps and processors for your microphones than Go XLR in terms of quality, but they're not as easily managed. Go XLR is very user friendly. I have DBX 286S. This is what I'm using. This one. That's what I'm using. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually set up a rack for it because I want to have a switch for my for the internet as well in the wall from my house. So I want to set up a rack to have this one in the rack as well. So this is what I'm using. Oh, the streaming rig, you don't need much for that. The only thing that's doing is handling the rendering. And I would arguably say that NVIDIA's GeForce, so the RTX cards are the best for it because what they do, they have a little chip on the graphics cards, and that little chip is managing the rendering. So it takes very little. Efforts on your rig to actually stream. And to be fair, Starforce sent me a rig right now. I have a custom-made PC from Fractal as well. So I literally have 2 gaming rigs, and I don't need that much, not even close to it. But that's how it works. So Cast and Create has no information on what the max energy is. I can only assume that the max energy to trigger it will be based on how many skills, are being used, and what skills. I would assume. I got new gems. Oh my god, I got gems. The fuck is this guy? Fuck you looking at? Go level. Who is this? Oh, it's Mike. Team gold, bitch. Team gold, let's go. That's one of the guys we're playing with. Most of the other cast and term skills requires 10 energy per 0.1 cast time. I haven't seen that. Is that confirmed? Yo, Mike, you in the stream? You're in the stream, Mike? I need someone to go sell these for me. It's on the other cast on X gems. Okay, well that's good to know. That's good to know. We can move on to the next one then. So yeah, we got a bunch of these. We have cast on freeze. So this is gaining 100 energy when you freeze an enemy with a hit from skill or once per skill use. Cast and challenge does it. All right. Triggers all star spells and lose all energy when reaching max energies. It's the same thing here. Cast on freeze. Yo, Mike, you on the stream? I need him to sell these gems for me. Can you sell the gems for me, dude? So I can just focus on the stream. Here. You know where it is, right? The Sork vendor, top right corner, and a Magician Quarter. Thanks, man. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you. It's like 30,000 gold there. I'm Jeff. Max energy. I think the max energy will be based on like how many abilities is being how many abilities are actually being used, or which abilities, right? Like you guys said, 10 energy per 0.1 cast time or something. Wouldn't you be able to... Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. I'm guessing that... But what would then happen if it's 0.1 cast speed is 10 energy? What would then happen if you have socketed faster casting in there? Would that lower the trigger cast? It would make sense, right? What else do we have? We have cast a melee kill. It's the same thing here. 30 energy when you kill an enemy with a melee hit. $10 max energy per 0.1 seconds of base cast time of socketed spells. But this one has that, but the others does not. Base cast doesn't increase, decrease cast speed would not affect it. Oh yeah, you're right. It does say base. Absolutely correct on that. Some of the gems are out of date or just partial info. I mean, this is only data mined from the information that we have access to, which is very, very, very limited. Like, very limited. And we have melee kill, melee stun, minion death, shock, channeling. Okay. So we saw melee kill. Melee stun is the same thing. Gain 2 energy per enemy power when you stun an enemy with a melee hit. Oh. So you get more on stunning uniques and rares. So it's the same parameter here with the base casts. Minion death, though, is... It just says gain energy when your minion die based on the defensive power of the minion. You know, you literally straight up kill one of your minions with Bone Offering. The new offering skills actually straight up kills your minions. That'll be interesting. This will be very interesting. SRS as well, for sure, yeah. SR framework with any minion or only skellies. Impales a skeleton. So it seems like it has to be a skeleton, but there's so many different skeletons, dude. This sounds interesting. Cast on shock, similar to the freeze one. Then we have channeling. $60 energy per second while channeling. When you lose energy when you're not channeling. You lose all energy when reservation becomes inactive. Trigger all socketed spells and lose all energy on reaching max energy. Hmm. It'll be interesting to see this mechanic in action. And we have charge staff. Charge staff consumes all power charge to infuse your quarterstaff with electricity. We've seen this in action, actually. It's from the monk. Add lightning damage and lightning shockwave to your quarterstaff attacks. Reusing the skill while the buff is active. It grants additional duration and damage up to a cap. So the monk has a lot of ways to play around with charges. And this is just one of those. So there's that. It's nothing special, really. It's just you get lightning damage and lightning shockwaves to all your staff, all your abilities that uses the quarterstaff. And it costs power charges, and reusing it will just grant additional duration and damage up to a captain. And we have Cold Snap. On the right, you have PoE 1 version of it. Base crit is up a lot. Oh, wow. From 6 to 13. Base duration is lower, though. So there's that. Very interesting. Comet we've seen on the Sork. 13% base crit. Deals cold damage. Plus 1 second the total cast time. So it seems like you can't speed it up. Hits are freezing with a 2.8 meters base radius. I'm sorry for the lack of energy, boys. I'm still not feeling very well. Contagion. This is a pretty cool, cool ability, actually. So what this does is that the corpse of an enemy still lingers with this effect, and if you raise the corpse as a minion, the minion will deliver this further. So contagion is spreading when an enemy dies, right? That's how it works in PoE 1. In PoE 2, it deals chaos damage per second. Spell damage modifiers applies to the debuff damage over time, and increasing damage by 100% for each debuff transmitted. So you can have like this massive plague, and then you can have your fucking minions deliver this plague as well. When debuff lasts 5 seconds. Infection radius is 1.7. Afflicts a single enemy with a debuff. Single enemy. Deals chaos damage over time. If the enemy dies while affected with contagion, it and all other chaos damage over time debuff spreads to nearby enemies. Refreshes the duration. This is similar to PoE 1. However, reanimating or detonating a corpse affected by contagion will cost a minion or explosion to spread the contagion on hit as well. Which is pretty cool. Oh, you're transformed? Thanks, man. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you, thank you. I'm going to set these buy orders up. Already got those. Yellow gem, 724. There we go. Thank you, good sir. Appreciate it. Wait, did he undercut me again? That little motherfucker. Seriously? No, I didn't. Okay. There we go. When you Spectre jam, you can say Spectres already with Contagion on them. Sounds good. So what this allows us to do is present us with an opportunity to play a minion build that's designed to spread chaos over time effects. I think this is actually really cool. I think it's really cool. To what extent we can play with this is gonna be interesting, but it looks cool though. The whole idea of it. All right, moving on. Dark Effigy. Raises a totem that bombards enemies afflicted by chaos damage every time debuffs. So it's a projectile duration, spell AoE totem chaos duration projectile. So this to me seems like it's going to be a forbidden right totem kind of thing. You raise a totem and it will only shoot at enemies that are afflicted by chaos damage over time debuffs. That's pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. I don't think we've seen this in action, have we? I don't think so. Wither totem? Yeah, but this one seems to be doing damage rather than increasing chaos damage taking kind of thing, right? Minion totem build? I mean, maybe. Despair curse. In PoE 2, the curse is all targets in an area after a short delay, lowering the chaos rest. So similar to PoE 1 then. Curses works a little different than in PoE 1. So in PoE 1, when you cast a curse on an enemy, they're immediately cursed, right? In PoE 2, in PoE 2, however, fuck my voice, dude. In PoE 2, however, you're in a position where you place a radius skill on the ground that will, after a short delay, which is like 1.5 seconds or something, then curse the enemies in that area. So you actually have to target the shit. That's how curses will work in PoE 2. Thanks again, Mike. Appreciate the help, by the way. Thank you. Puberty hitting GHAZZY hard. Yeah. Oh, Hannah just wrote to me. She said food is done. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play this footage for you, and I'm gonna run into the house. Actually, I'm not gonna run at all. I'm gonna walk into the house. I'm gonna play you guys some ads, and I'm gonna go fetch some food. So I'll be back in a second, guys. Fucking, I'll need to get a cup of tea or something. I need a drink. Fucking dehydrated. All right, enjoy this. I'll be back as soon as I can, guys. Like, give me a couple minutes.
descent into darkness. Is this how curiosity ends?
Food. Where was I? Is there anything else I need to do beforehand? Eat some of those. That's what I need to do. All right. I feel a little better after I've eaten. Got the blanket. Yeah. Fucking hell. The gameplay footage is from the couch co-op playtest we did.
Was making $60,000 USD a year passive, then burned all my equity and bought a bar.
Awesome.
Now I'm working 100 plus hours a week. Haven't had a day off since August 19, and not pulling a paycheck. I think I made a mistake. But check out the bar.
Well, that's pretty cool, dude. In Melbourne. That's pretty cool, dude. See the menu. See if you have anything good. What? Motherfucker, there's no menu. That's pretty cool, dude. I hope it goes well, man. Congratulations on buying the bar, man. There's no menu. God damn it. Gotta have some ribeye steak in there, man. Opening kitchen this week? Nice. Yeah, congratulations, dude. I hope it goes well for you. Thanks so much for the 49 months. Yeah, it's a lot of work to get a bar up and running. I love those little scorpion-looking bone constructs. They're from the new Unearth ability. Charcuterie, flatbread pizza, backless wing chili. Okay. Pretty ballsy to drop $60,000 a year passive income for this. Life's about taking risks, right? So I watched this really cool clip of a guy. It was a clip of a dude that it's like an older guy, right? I think most of you guys probably seen it. He said he's in the water recording, and he says he's terrified of sharks, but he's in the water swimming, and he said he's terrified of sharks, but it's like 1 in several million for him to get attacked by one, but it would be a 1 in 1 to regret enjoying his time in the water at least once a week. And then he goes on to say something in the lines of that life's about taking risks. You should um um like not taking a risk is like because it's like one in whatever million that something bad will happen, but it's always going to be one in one that you regret not trying. I think that's pretty cool. You see, I was offered a full-time job at the same time as I decided to go full-time with the stream, and the full-time job would pay very well, like more money than I've ever had. And I talked to Hannah, and I was like, I can take this, and not long after we can buy a house and start a family and all those things. And then I said, I just don't want to sit 50 years from now and regret not trying to go full time with the stream because I love what I do, even if we make significantly less than what that job would pay. So I told her I want to try full time streaming, and I'd rather go through financial hurdles for a couple years to then say, well, I couldn't make it, at least I tried, and then go from there. Or I'd be in a position I'm in today where I'm like, I'm actually able to maintain full time, which is thanks to you guys. And I don't know, I think that taking risks in life is important. Otherwise, you sit there 50 years from now and just regret not taking that risk. So I wish you the best, man. I hope it goes really well for you, dude. Would depend on the build, the question about latency. The animal. Welcome. Thanks so much for the farm, man. Failure always sucks, though. That's part of life, though. But here's the thing. I think it's important to accept that if you try something and it fails, at least you're not going to sit there years later thinking, what if? Because you gave it a shot and tried. And if it fails, it fails. You got to deal with that. And maybe that means a year or longer time of recovery. But at least you're not going to sit there years later being like, oh, I wish I tried. I regret not trying. I think that's important as fuck. You gotta live your life, man. And here's the thing. If you don't take a risk, you're not living life in your terms. Always learn from failure. Yeah, I mean, life's about making mistakes. And only the retards are the ones that make the same mistakes over and over again. You make a mistake and you make sure you don't do that mistake ever again. No, I definitely agree, Probo. Yeah, different levels of risk, but baseline still applies, right? I was watching my gameplay footage from the last LA event. I'm just eating my food. Feeling like shit over here. That sounds good, right? I'm so pumped with you too. Yeah, me too, man. So pumped we're doing Xbox controller, PlayStation controller. This is from the couch co-op. Playtest. Controller experience was surprisingly good. Like surprisingly. I'm almost done eating. All right.
The raven always outsmarts the word.
Yeah, I took I got a PoE 2 custom controller they made with an Xbox 360 Elite. It looks like this. So this is the controller that we were given at the event, and it has like these extra trigger buttons here below. So when you're playing, you have these two fingers to press extra triggers in the bottom, which is just really nice. And like I haven't been a controller gamer in many years, so it's kind of weird for me at least. GG talk about selling that controller. I really want one after you showed it. I've been getting so many offers for this controller. It's kind of crazy. We can do whatever we want with it. Like, I don't mind. Like, as long as I have an Xbox 360 controller, like I want that controller. It's a good one. I don't even know what they go for. Xbox 360 Elite controller. Is this right? Hold on, let's pause the play. There. I think it's this, right? Yeah, it looks like this one, right? It's like $200. What the fuck? Oh, wow. So just the controller itself is $200. Jesus. Huh. But this is the controller, but with the PoE 2 custom made and colors. It's pretty cool actually. I know if I don't think these will sell. Then I don't think they're gonna sell these. So I don't know. Like I've been getting offers for it. I don't know what I would sell it for. I have no idea what I would sell it for if I were. I kind of like it. I like this controller, and I've never been a controller guy, so I dig it. The only way I would sell it is if the offer was like hilariously beyond crazy high. Then I would consider it. $20 million Zimbabwe dollars. Wait, someone's selling that controller for $2.7K dollars? Really? That's kind of crazy. Are you playing PoE 2? No, we're watching the gameplay footage. I just finished eating. I'm gonna take a toilet break and then we're gonna go back to checking the skills. Sorry, my energy is just fucked. I'm taking that toilet break so we can go back to skill gyms. I'll be back in a second, guys. I'll be back.
It is good to see you.
Separated, we can breathe a bit. If you find a fight out there, do bring it back.
I am back. Well, I don't have any snooze. Fuck. I need 2 seconds. Oh, I'm back. All right, where was I? There we go. We fun to see to do a poll to see what everyone's thinking about starting out class. Why so far? But we don't know if we're gonna get the remaining 4 classes or not, right? They're like We haven't gotten the last 4. They're not in the list at the moment. Oh, I got 3 red gems. Nice. And I have 15,000 gold. And I still have buy order up. We're good. Nice. So we don't have the last 4 classes are not in yet. We know which classes they're gonna be, but we don't know what they're gonna like. We don't have no idea how they look yet, and we don't know how much content we're gonna get in the EA on launch either. What's up, Solo? How you doing, dude? It's good to see you again, man. Pleasure as always. Even more of uniques is crazy. Uniques in IRL. Well, did someone sell Path of Exile 2 Xbox Elite controller? No, no one seems to be selling it. No one's selling it now. But it's like I said, I mean, I wouldn't mind selling mine, but it would have to be some ridiculously retarded amount of money for me to even consider it selling it. I like this controller very much, and I like that it says PoE 2 and has the PoE 2 dark purple color. Like, I like this. So no, like, when I say ridiculously a retarded amount of money for it, I'm like, somebody said something about $2,700. That would not even, well, it would come close to what I would consider. So like I said, a retarded amount of money for it. So whoever would offer that is just reckless, being reckless with their money, and or it's just an oil chic or something, because I'm not going to sell it for less than that. That's just the way it is, boys. I'm sorry. All right, new skills. Moving on. Detonate dead. We never touched this, did we? So this is causing a corpse to violently explode, damaging surrounding enemies. Are you ill? Your voice sounds crackly. Yes, I've been having a pretty rough cold. I thought I was gonna be fine. Turns out I'm not even close to fine. I felt like somebody was kicking me in the face repeatedly when I woke up yesterday. And I don't like being away from the stream. So basically, as long as I can be at the computer, then I'm well enough to stream. So here we are. Master be in the end game. Do you think it's something that we can play for an extended period? I have no idea. It's all speculations. It's all speculations. So DD, nothing special. I know you can detonate your minions though. Detonating arrow. Oh, we have a lot of skills to go through. Holy shit. Just hope I have enough energy to go through the list. Otherwise, we'll continue tomorrow, I guess. Detonating arrow. Gain 120% damage. Is extra fire per stage. Maximum 5 stages. It's channeling to build up power before firing off an arrow. The arrow will detonate on impact at max charges, causing explosion in area around it. So it's what, like EA? How do you get stages then? Channel to build up power. Okay, so the channeling of that allows you to get the stages to make it explode. Okay. I wonder how this will work with the Barrage skill. You remember the Barrage skill? You clicked it. It was a buff, right? An active buff. And if you clicked it, you would then repeat your next bow attack 2 times. Right? Jonathan showcased projectiles, GMP stuff with those things to cover more ground with the lightning stuff, for example. But if you use Barrage support, we're not a support, sorry. Maybe we won't support channeling. Well, the Barrage is no longer a support gem in PoE 2. It is an active skill gem that literally just says it will repeat your next bow attack. This is the bow attack. But what would then happen if you channel this to 5 stages with Barrage buff active? Would it then shoot and repeat the max stage arrows? Because that would make sense. They showed sniper shot with Barrage, exactly. So I'm thinking that should work similarly with detonating arrow. That's a pretty cool way. You start the Barrage buff, and then you channel up a detonating arrow to 5 stages, and then you unleash a set of them. And if you have if you have power charge, no, frenzy charges, it'll repeat an additional time. Real question would be whether or not it would repeat the full full stage shot, or just unleash a bunch of stage 1 shots. Early access in 3 weeks, correct? Flawdog, yes. So there's that. I don't know, it could be cool, I guess. And we have Earthquake. Earthquake. Level 2. Jagged ground you create has increased effect. Jagged ground duration is 3 seconds. Impact radius 1.8 meters. And jagged ground radius 2.2. Smashes the ground, dealing damage in the area, leaving behind jagged ground that slows enemies. The jagged ground erupts in a powerful aftershock after a short duration. Attacking again before the eruption will not create another area of jagged ground. Okay. 3rd day of YouTube streaming. I'm going to do this every day till launch. I've been streaming on YouTube in combination with my Twitch stream for over a month now. 2 months, I think. Maybe longer. Something like that. It's rather new, though. I know some people prefer to watch on YouTube. Mainly I stream at Twitch, as I'm really bad at responding to comments on YouTube, so be mindful of that. But for those of you who prefer to watch on YouTube, have the option to. So instead of the PoE 1 version of Earthquake, you can only do this with maces. It's very thematically locked in slam abilities being mace oriented. Oh, they'll eventually add an AoE display and hover to these skills. So in PoE 2, I don't remember where I can find the footage of this, but in PoE 2, you actually have the possibility to okay, 9. You actually have the possibility to click on a button on a controller. I'm not sure it will be which button it is for KBM, but what we'll do, it will actually show a snippet video in game for how that ability will look, so that you and your players will be able to tell how does this ability actually look in action before they choose to play with it. Leyline Hades. Hello, GHAZZY. How is the waiting insanity going? Very well. I've been so frustrated about not being playing PoE 2 that I got sick. Earth Shatter, the PoE 2 version, again, same thematic approach. You have to use a mace, 1 or 2-hander for the slam ability. Maximum of 5 spikes. Spike duration is 6 seconds. Deals damage along the fissure path and in 1 meter radius around the emerging spikes. And the text says slam the ground, sending out a fissure that deals area damage to enemies it passes under, and thrusts a spike from the ground when it ends. War cries or other slam attacks performed near the spike will cause it to shatter, damaging surrounding enemies. That's pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. I wonder if they'll present the sentences during the class selection too. I have no idea at all. This looks really cool. Yeah, this with the volcano and the bear form sounds fucking dope as shit, though. Electrocuting arrow. I'm pretty sure this was shown by Jonathan in the Ranger reveal, was it not? Leap forward into the air and fire downward. Hitting an enemy will attach an electrocuting rod to them, causing all incoming lightning damage to apply electrocution. This rod is removed when the enemy is next electrocuted. Huh? The rod is removed when the enemy is next electrocuted. Heh. They managed to hit all forms of the word electrocuting. Electrocuting, electrocution, electrocuted. We're gonna need more info on this one.
Welcome to the
Auntie Claus with a gifty. Thank you so much. Me not braining. Yes, I feel. I had to do it. Well, appreciate that a lot, man. Thank you. Thank you. Now we're gonna need more info on this for sure. Couple of weeks from now, boys, we're gonna be running a Zabathon. And my little sister, we booked a flight for her. So my little sister is actually going to be here on the Subathon 2 days before the Subathon launches, which is on the early access launch of PoE 2. So we'll have 2 streams where she's going to be present, or at least one. She's going to be present, and you guys can get to know my little sister a little bit before the launch. And then when I need to sleep during the subathon, she will take over, is the plan. That is the plan. Are you Arab? No, I'm not. I'm born and raised in Sweden. My dad is from Iran, though, so he's Persian. But don't really talk to him that much. Has nice ideas for sub goals on Monday with your sister. That sounds terrible, Cinda. Like Rax with Sarah. GHAZZY with the Aryan genes. Oh yeah, I got Aryan genes in me. Like 25%. And 50% Persian genes. And then 25% Swedish genes. Which literally makes me a Nazi racist and a sand nugget. Which also means that if there's ever a world war of any of those reasons, I can always be on the winning side. It's a healthy mix, boys. Now, a little bit of a mixed breed, if you will. Do people call it breed, or is that like borderline racism to say breed? I got mixed blood. I'm an abomination, boys. Shit, I'm not purebred. Probably no one's as a purebred these days anyway, so yes. Anyways, all jokes aside. I've never been to Iran. Like, I've never been there. Would have been cool. The name when you're having your sister and stream, think Arab people have better friendship with their sisters. You know how much con there will be in game? We have no idea. No, not really. You can't be racist now. You can swim with the Gen Z card and play the diversity card. Jesus Christ. Racism is so bad. Okay. I'm gonna change the UI on launch. I already had this prepped. What is this? Sorry, my mind's just. Oh. Oh, you have that. Oh shit. Oh shit, Lanky. Oh right, I do need an adjustment on the file actually. This is dope, man. Thank you so much, Lanky. That's dope. It'd be even doper is actually could find the AE file. Right, I gotta get a hold of Nick, the community manager. It's funny, Nick hasn't responded yet, but I made a tweet about me being sick, and Bex responded to it. She said her daughter Eden started a kindergarten in February, been sick 8 times. By the times I got sick of the 4 years prior, it was like 3 total. Oh man. So we'll see. Kids say disease vectors. Yeah, but here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. My daughter started hanging out and spending time with 2 other friends' kids who both went to kindergarten. And the result was that me and Hannah got sick like 24/7. This was about 2 months ago. So for the past 2 months, I can count on both hands the amount of days I have not been sick, if I include like common colds and shit. Like I had over a month of a stuffed nose. You guys remember that shit? I was like blowing my nose so much, I was fucking bleeding. So much. And then I had this nose spray. And then I got in like some fucking, like literally started bleeding from my nose. So I had to stop. So I just sat there fucking scratching my nose like this and fucking sniveling for like 1.5 months straight. And now I barely dare to blow my nose because I know what happened last time. So now I'm just sitting here on stream, but all the fucking time is muting my mic. Bro, I fuck this, dude. You know, it's funny. They said, oh, you'll get a kid. It's going to be the best thing ever. You're going to love that fucking thing more than anything. That's true. They just talk about all the good things. They don't mention the bad things. Like, you're just going to be a literal fucking... It's a walking meat... piece of, like, meat clump of just tons of diseases. And here's the thing. Like, I'm a streamer. I don't meet people. I'm indoors. I don't see people. So my immune system is shot to shit. I mean, if someone that's sick looks at me the wrong way, I get sick from it. I had to say something. Now my nose is fucking itching. God damn it. Anyways. And make you stronger, clearly. Anyways, let's move on. Electrocuting arrow. All right. Escape shot. Oh, fuck off. Escape shot. There. All right. Converts 100% of physical damage to cold, plus attack time, base impact radius, 700% more freeze buildup. This is the disengaged thing. We've seen this in action, actually, from that Jonathan gameplay footage reveal from the Ranger. It leaps you backwards and shoot an arrow which can chill or freeze enemies around location you escape from. It's pretty cool, actually. What would make you stop playing PoE 2 within the first week? Nothing. There is nothing that would stop me from actively playing PoE 2 within the first week. I have played PoE 2 a couple of times, and I love it. I think it's great. I think it's fan-fucking-tastic. And then that's not me talking from a content creator perspective. That's me talking from me experiencing the game and enjoying it as a gamer. Losing my hands would be a good reason. Bro, I have literally seen quadriplegic people play PUBG successfully. Losing my hands is not an excuse to stop gaming. They are proof of this. Some of them are fucking insane. I shit you not, if I turn into a fucking vegetable, as long as my mouth still works, I'll be streaming and I'll be gaming. All right? This is life. There are solutions to those situations. Clearly. It's no excuse. It's all willpower, yeah. There's a dude in Neuralink who streams using his mind. See how fucking cool that is? There is no excuse anymore. Well, if they close the servers, that's not me choosing actively to not play. And then obviously there's the content creator aspect. Like, I'll be pumping as much content as I can. Now, here's the thing, though. On the November 15th for the early access launch, I am literally going to have an uncapped subathon. Now, that subathon might only last a few days. It might also last a month. Like, I've seen... Is he still alive? I'm going to see. This guy... He's on day 34. It's Aaron. Day 34. Bro. And I'm going to run an uncapped subathon. And it's all up to you guys. Like, I talked to Hannah, my fiance, and I told her I'm going to do this for PoE 2 because this will be the biggest thing that's ever happened in ARPG history that I've experienced. I think it's bigger than Diablo 4 even. So for me, this is like, I want to make this big. That's why I've flown down. Let me hit that sub goal, right? So I've flown down my little sister for it. So I'm about to sneeze, but apparently not. No, instead my eyes started running. Okay, nice. Anyways, so flown down, my little sister's coming down, or she's being flown down. And we're just gonna go crazy. We're gonna set up some nutty sub goals, and we're talking waxing, we're talking hot tub streams and all kind of weird fucking shit. And I'm gonna try to get as many videos out at the same time as possible. Sorry. Oh. Hang on, I started running. Oh, good lord. All right, anyways, back to skills. We've seen this one. Moving on. Essence Drainereu. Let's find out. D3 release was huge, but hard flop. Yeah, but not for me. D3 release was big, but it wasn't as big as the PoE 2 early access is for me. New starting class in mind already? No, I'm going to go with minion plays from the very start. That's the first thing I'll do. D3 launch in Twitch, which is pure greatness. Crypt raising the hardcore world first and Athene. Yeah. Essence Drain. Fire projectile that applies chaos damage over time. Debuff when it hits. It's that's all the info we have. So we're assuming it's similar to how it is for PoE 2 or PoE 1, but we don't know. I mean, Athene had one thing good going for him, in my opinion. And that is swoosh round the corner. The #1 strategy casters and healers needed to use in Arena and WoW. Swoosh round the corner. That I'll never forget. He actually has a AI. He has an AI that people are using for streams. I've actually looked at it. I'm considering to use it for the stream, actually. We'll see. Explosive grenade launcher. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Anyways, so this is fire a bouncing grenade that unleashes a devastating blast when its fuse expires. We've seen this in action. You basically shoot out a bunch of grenades, and after 2.5 seconds, they explode, dealing a ton of damage. And this converts physical damage to fire and has a radius. It's pretty cool, actually. We've seen this in action on the Mercenary. Explosive shots. Weird, it's only 20% conversion. Yeah. This is load your crossbow with flaming bolts. So this is an ammunition skill. So the way the ammunition skills work is that you as a player can choose which type of ammo you want to use in your crossbows, and then your skills will use that ammunition. So you have the armor-piercing shots, for example, which is better used for abilities that shoots multiple times. This one here is converting 30% of fist to fire and knocking enemies back. What it also will do is that the explosion will detonate any grenades in the area of effect as well, apparently. Conversion also works different in PvE2 server, only conversion results matter. I don't know about that actually, personally. I'd have to look it up. All right, moving on. Aya Winter. Let's see. Aya Winter. Fire a single eye projectile which does not hit enemies. Does not hit enemies, by the way. The eye constantly releases damaging sharp projectiles in a spiral as it flies, plus an extra burst of charge at the end of its flight. If the eye passes over an elemental ground effect, it will take on the effect, applying it to nearby enemies and causing charge to deal more damage of the corresponding type. That's pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. What the fuck? So you shoot it through a firewall, then it will take the ignitions from that and apply, I guess. That's cool. 4-second base duration, 8 charges in a spiral when the projectile ends. Modifies the number of projectiles only applied to the final spiral. Inflicts critical weakness. I'm assuming enemies are more likely to be crit. We've seen from the Tokyo Game Show the magma orb, which looks fucking fantastic, which is basically this but with fire. Falling Thunder. Quarterstaff, so a monk-related ability. Infuse the stat with electrical energies, then slam the ground to deal damage in a large area in front of you. Consume any power charge you have to fire lightning projectiles towards for the impact. Actually, haven't I used this ability? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've used this when I played the monk on the first playtest. Yeah, I know exactly how it looks, actually. It deals more damage per power charge, converting 60 from fist to lightning. Cone length 4 meters, 100% more damage if a power charge was consumed. And then additional 25% more damage per power charge on top of that. The projectiles themselves, as dished out, is converting 100% of fist to lightning, 10% shock chance, and 100% more damage if a power charge was consumed, and fires 3 projectiles extra per power charge. I actually remember using this one. That's actually pretty cool. Ferocious Roar, I think, was showcased in the Druid gameplay. Shapeshift into a bear and trigger Warcry skills. So what this does is that it plus 0.6 seconds of total use time if not already in a bear form. And then this ability will trigger socketed Warcry skills. And the socketed skills will deal more damage. Skills have increased area, and attacks exerted by socket skills deals increased damage as well. So it's basically amplified Warcry in bear form. And if you're not in bear form, it will take you 0.6 seconds extra to cast it. I would assume so, Goyo, yes. But we don't know, right? Fireball is exactly as expected. Launches a large ball of fire, which explodes. Firing a nova of smaller fireballs outward on impact. So you shoot it, it explodes, and smaller fireballs will dish out from it, dealing damage. And that's it. In PoE 1, you don't get the smaller fireballs. Firestorm, let's see. Flaming bolts rain down all over the targeted area. They explode when landing, deal damage to nearby enemies. This is basically just Firestorm for PoE 1. Don't know any more details. Fucking hell. I'm getting to that point where like my eyes are a little sensitive to the light, and I happen to have 2 beacons of lights beaming in my face. Like, my eyes just keep running, man. Moving on. Fuck's sake. All right, next, Flame Wall. Flame Wall. Creates a wall of fire for duration, which deals burning damage to everything in the area. Each enemy that enters the wall also receives a secondary burning debuff, which persists for a short duration after leaving the wall. Any projectile fired through the wall by you and allies deal added fire damage and applies the wall secondary debuff on hit. Time for some sunglasses indoors. Bruh, I got you, man. But normally we head down to the beach for those things. Like, we go down here and we put the pirate hat on. That's what we normally do on the stream. You know, all the subscribers just get to ride the boat here in the background as we sail the 7 seas of Rayclass. That's what we normally do on this stream, at least. Pretty nice, actually. And when we're out on the oceans, we need to make sure we keep track of, you know, people that might not have used their Prime subs yet. We just need to scout them on the step. Oh, yeah, I see a couple people here in the back who haven't used their Prime subs yet. Yeah, come on board, man. We don't bite that often. Yeah, it's all good, but like, that's all there is, you know? That's what we do in this channel. Flame Wall. Firewall, I went to double dip. It should. Well, you mean like it would... Well, yeah, I guess. Because it is a ground elemental effect, right? Each enemy that enters the wall also receives a secondary burning debuff, which persists for a short duration after leaving the wall. You see that I told you, I saw Dominium. I saw him, but he's now joined the crew. Welcome in. Thanks so much, Dominium, for the Prime. Appreciate that, man. Climb on board, dude. We got top tier fucking top shelf rum in the bar. Let's have at it. And they predict fired through the wall, but you and allies had a fire damage, right? So base fire damage, secondary debuff. It does the exact same thing as it does in PoE1, actually, based on this information. Gonna waive the sub for the subathon. Gonna get you at the 30-day mark. Well, it will be on Twitch exclusive. Keep that in mind, Jason.
Welcome to the crew.
Fucking hell. Shit, more Prime subs. Almost starting the hype train. Holy shit. Death Giver with a Prime. Welcome in, man. Unless Dominium has drank up all the top shelf bottles of rum, just go to the bar immediately before it's out. It's all out, man. If you run dry, let me know. I'll go down below deck and pick some more up. I'm pretty sure we have some more down there, to be fair. Like we should. I mean, as long as you guys don't fucking touch my shower barrel, we'll be fine. Got some other kind of items and whatnot down here if you need it for combat. I mean, is that a Frostmourne? Someone left a Frostmourne down here. For fuck's sake. Anyways. Where was I? Flame Blast. Fingers and wrist training for... What is this? What is this out of context clip you guys are giving me now? What is this shit?
6%, which on a rare I don't think is like crazy, because on average this would be a 18% life loss, which is kind of like an 18% cull.
There's nothing there.
Which is maybe a bit strong. Maybe
That is so out of context. That is so out of context, man. Okay. Anyways, Flame Blast. That sounds awesome, Jason. I can't wait, man. I appreciate it, by the way. Oh, is most OP on the test? Monk Bell and Ranger in general. But Monk Bell was probably the most OP shit. That's about it. Oh, man. Oh, I find a better way to have this blanket on my ass. There we go. It's fashion. This is fashionable. It looks like fur. Do this little stretch workout. I think someone said that I had 6 fingers on my hand with covered in a green screen cloth or something. And then I did that, right? Something like that. Yo, Congo, what's up, dude? When are you joining me in playing Tibia? You're not going to join me playing Tibia, bro? This fantastic game, bro. It's very modern. Graphics are insane. All right, Flame Blast. Not my type of game. Well, you wouldn't know until you tried it. Channel to build destructive energy around you for a targeted solar orb. Releasing the energy cost of devastating explosion is larger and more intense the longer you channel for. It's the exact same thing as in PoE 1, with just more damage. I mean, damage numbers we can't really argue about since we don't know the balance state of the game yet. But it's the same fucking thing. Okay. Flash grenade. Flash out. Rush B. I just want PoE 2 and PoE to alternate perma PoE. I don't mind a couple weeks of D4 in between all of it. Genuinely. But yes, I would like to be able to balance between all of them. Yo, Konga, are you playing Torchlight tomorrow, by the way? Because I got to level to 60 before the stream. Then I'll do some PoE stuff. And then I'm actually planning on playing Torchlight tomorrow. Some days. Fire a bouncing grenade and unleash a blinding, stunning explosion when its fuse expires. This explosion can blind both allies and enemies. Motherfucker. 1,000% more stun buildup. You never played before? Sure. It's actually a good game, dude. Should give it a try. And I'll tell you what spec would you use for Voltaxic Bomb. I was checking Previdoc, but it's not there. I'm not sure if he's using it. I don't know what Spectres I would use. I would just look at what Previ has and go from there. All right. When do we know if we're chosen for the early access? We don't know anything till they make an announcement. That's all I know. We don't know anything yet. I got a clue when the big EA reveal will be. I'm expecting us to get some sort of information tonight. The problem is, I just hope. Okay, I'm going to be real with you guys. I don't think I have enough energy to keep streaming for multiple more hours. I will do this for as long as my energy allows me to. But I am expecting them to have some sort of announcement tonight. That's what I'm expecting. If it will happen, I don't know. Because today marks the 11 years since they launched PoE out of beta and made an official launch, which is 11 years ago. You a bit ill, bro? Yeah. Dude, yesterday I felt like I was being kicked in the face multiple times, man. Today I woke up and I'm like, okay, I was gonna start a cup of coffee and get some breakfast, and I couldn't even get out of bed. So I made the announcement on Discord. It's like, yo, I'll rest a few more hours and I'll try to stream in the afternoon. And here we are. At least you see, I'm the kind of guy, I don't like taking pills. I genuinely don't like taking pills. I'm not a big pill guy. So when it comes to like painkillers, I have to literally be crying or feeling like I'm about to die. That's when I take one pill of like 400 or 500 milligrams of like ibuprofen or something, or like something like that, right? Or Panadol. And then if that doesn't help within an hour or two, then I maybe take a second pill. Hannah is like, oh, I got a headache. Pops 2 fucking pills. And I'm like, bro, what are you doing? So I hate taking pills. I don't like it. So I only take it if I absolutely fucking need it. And I took one before going live.
Welcome to the crew.
So that kind
Here
of
for 11-year bug.
that kind of sums up like the whole, like how I'm feeling right now. My eyes keeps running. But yeah, so I taken one pill just to be able to stream today. Scuffy Wokey with the 11 here, but thanks so much for the 17 months, man. Appreciate that, dude. I just show my stomach lining, taking so much Advil and shit. Yeah, I don't like taking pills. I feel like if I'm gonna take a painkiller, I need to really fucking need it. I ate Hyperins candy when I have a fever. I would not be able to handle it like you. Last time I had a fever was, again, because of my daughter. It was one of the COVID runs we had. I had a 40-degree fever, which is what, 104? 104, I think. Yeah, 104. I was knocked the fuck out, and I took 2 pills then. Then I took 2 pills. I took 2 pills for that. I was knocked out from Friday night, and I didn't eat. I only went out of bed. So what happened was I went out of bed to go to the toilet. And when I did, I flipped my 2 covers. I had 2 covers on me. I flipped them to Hannah's side, and I went to the toilet. And then I would stay at the toilet, doom scrolling on my phone till my fucking blanket had dried because I was sweating like a pig. Then I went to bed and I laid on Hannah's side of the bed. Till like I had to go to the toilet again, and I flipped it back to my side. That was my process from Friday night till Sunday noon. Oh my god, that was so painful. So anyway, sorry, let's go back to skill jumps. I'd like to cover as many as possible before I'm calling today's stream. So this actually explosion blinds both allies and enemies. That's interesting. Very interesting. All right, PoE 2 Flicker Strike. Teleports and strikes 3 additional enemy per power charge with increased attack speed. You cannot gain power charges whilst using this skill. So basically, flicker builds are no longer a thing in PoE 2 because you cannot gain power charges. Now, I think there's going to be ways to tackle this. It says you can't gain power charges, right? So I wonder if you can get other charges and then have another mechanic that turns those charges into power charge, because you're not gaining a power charge, you're converting a charge into a power charge. Maybe that will work, but we'll see. So maybe there are ways to revive the Flicker Strike build depending on how this will work mechanically. But ultimately, it doesn't seem like you're going to be able to do it. Which I guess has to do with the whole clear speed thing. Oh, man. Oh, I forgot to make runes. God damn it. Who the fuck is this guy? Level 43? Fucking noob. Oh, the guys aren't even online. Thought they'd be lovely. Hold on. What are you doing? Heads up, Nopis. No, I'm not. I'm not healthy yet. I'm good enough to stream a little bit at least. It's a quarterstaff. Oh shit! You're right. It's a quarterstaff skill as well. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Oh shit! This song is good. So Flicker Strike. Well, monks are very power charge oriented. What the fuck, man? Oh, Flicker Strike lovers across the globe are now screaming in pain and agony. Next, fragmentation round. Crossbow. 50% attack damage. Consume freeze on enemies to deal 300% more damage. Multiple bolts from one burst can hit the same target, so you can shotgun with it, and bolts pierce 2 targets. Fires 10 bolts per burst. People that only play Flicker Strike PoE1 probably just want to keep playing PoE1. You know there's going to be a lot of people that are not going to enjoy PoE2 because of its slower pace. And I'm like, and they're like, oh, why I wish the game was faster, so it's just like same speed as PoE1. I'm like, I don't want another ARPG to be exactly the same as another ARPG. Now, I know Diablo 4 does not cater to blaster gamers. That's fine. I still find myself enjoying Diablo 4, at least for a couple weeks. And the reason I'm enjoying it is because it's not the same as PoE. The reason I will have a good time tomorrow playing Torchlight Infinite is because it's not the same as Diablo or PoE. The reason I really enjoy PoE 2 is because it's in the same complexity and setting as PoE, but the game itself is very different. And the fact that I enjoy Last Epoch for the same reason as well. Last Epoch is nowhere near the same as the other games. So I can literally go through a 3-month cycle, well, it's mostly 4 months these days, like a 4-month cycle where I play PoE 1, play PoE 2, Torchlight, Last Epoch, Diablo 4, and I can cycle between these launches and have a great fucking time every month. That's what I want. I really hope that's going to be the case moving forward, that they're going to have spaced out launches of their games so that I can be in a position where I can play on every launch and just enjoy my time doing so. That's what I want. Oh, fuck's sake. I mean, obviously, higher level in PoE2 will be faster than what we've seen, for sure. Okay. So this sounds pretty crazy. It seems like you have to freeze an enemy for this to consume and shatter them to cause explosions of shrapnels. Freezing mark. Let's find out. Savvy Rex with a prime sub. Well, thank you so much, sir. Appreciate that a lot. Thank you. Like I say this a million times and I'll repeat myself yet the fucking again. I'm not able to do what I do full time if it wasn't for you guys supporting the stream. So thank you so much for making what I do possible. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. So this is like a mark. 8-second duration. Hits against mark. Has 100% more freeze build-up. Okay. Frost bomb. Tap yourself on your shoulder, chat. Yeah, exactly. Frost bomb. Is it similar? Cold exposure, same. Energy shield regeneration rate goes down. And life regeneration rates. Okay. Little smaller radius than the PoE1 Frost Bomb. They removed the freezing. They added 5% chance for hits to just straight up freeze enemies. 3.5 second cooldown. 13%. How very more than double the base crit on this. 4% more damage with hits per 0.1 second duration. Okay, that's kind of weird. But okay. Mana cost is nuts. It's a little different. Mana's handled a little different in PoE2 though. Gotta keep that in mind. Fuck my voice. It's like my voice just disappears. Like, oh, you hear that? Now my voice is fine. Literally 5 seconds ago, it just sounded like fucked, and now my voice is fine. That's what I was talking about before, with like how my voice goes back. And oh, there we go. now it's back again. See what I mean? It just goes like this with my voice. It's fucking weird. Like all of a sudden, the voice is like, "Oh, it's fine now. You're all good. It's all good, man." And then now you're fucked, man. The body forgets that it's sick or something. I don't know. Frost wall. Frost wall. No, still distorted. Frost wall. Wall. Frost. I guess if no, never mind. Okay, so let's see. Base duration 8 seconds. Wall length 3.5 meters. This is higher. Well, it's not level 1 skill gem. Okay. Wall sections. I have a little HP. The walls were immortal on PoE1. Now they have actual life. I remember using Frostwall on one of the first playthroughs I did with a Sork just to keep enemies at bay. It looks great, yeah. Frostbolt. Let's see if this does the same as the Fireball. Fires a slow-moving, piercing projectile that leaves a wake of chilled ground, which you can then utilize your Eye of Winter on. Do keep that in mind, because that's based off ground effects, right? And deals cold damage and explodes on colliding with terrain. Okay. This kind of reminds me of Arctic Breath from PoE1 more than Frostbolt, though. Frozen Locust. What the fuck? What is this? Leap backwards and strike the ground with your staff, quarterstaff ability, by the way, to call forth an ice crystal, which creates chilled ground around it and can be damaged by you and enemies. If the crystal is destroyed, if the crystal is destroyed, it an icy destroyed it an. What the fuck? It's not me, right? If the crystal is destroyed, no, I'm reading it right. It's just a spelling error, right? I'm not blind here. Ice explosion that deals attack damage, but does not use your weapons damage. But what is this attack damage based off then? If it does not use your weapon damage. That was weird. Where's my YouTube stream? There. I think the combat will be much faster at max level and max level abilities. Yeah, of course, of course. It's missing a word? Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. Furious Slam. Okay, let's look at the Furious Slam. Slam a mama. Let's go, baby. Let's go through this. Heck, you know. Shapeshift into a bear. Slam the ground with great force, causing a stunning shock where it deals damage in a large area around you. No, we've seen this in action with a bear showcase, right? I'm pretty sure we've seen this. And if you're not in bear form, it lowers the time for you to do this. Otherwise, it adds 0.6 seconds to transform into a bear to do the ability, right? How much mana do I have? Not enough. Okay. gas arrow. I think we saw this one in the Jonathan's Ranger showcase. Rains an arrow down from above, creating a cloud of flammable poisonous gas. Where it lands, any burning effect or detonated skills will explode the gas cloud, creating fiery explosions. The skeletal archers have a similar effect to this. Nice blanket. You guys like this one? It's the Twitch partner blanket. It's coming in well handy right now, I can tell you that much. Fart arrow, yeah. Oh, I'm already sweating. Yeah, the skeletal snipers provides this gas cloud, and then they allow you to wait. Actually, can I use the mouse on my belly? Nice. Okay, we're good. Nice. Yes. Stop laughing. So we have this available on we have this available on our skeletons for minion play, and then you can use the arsonist skeletons to detonate this cloud as well. There you go. That's a fucking professional. Glacial Bolt crossbow skill. Loads your crossbow with icy bolt that creates 2 walls of ice crystals in impact. Convert 60 fist to cold. Knock enemies back. More freeze build up. We have no idea, Shadow Crusher. I mean, this one doesn't seem like it has anything special going for it. How about Glacial Cascade? Sorry, I'm using the cursor on my belly. Quarterstaff ability again. It seems like most of the lightning and cold, themed no attack based skill seems to be quarterstaff focused. So this is sweep a quarterstaff upwards, releasing a thin wave of frost which deals damage in a series of small bursts. The final burst of the wave then surges out. Futter. Is that a word? Turn the heater on. My AC is heating this room up to 28 degrees right now, Sims. I am sweating. I'm sweating my fucking ass off right now. My room, like this office, is 28 degrees Celsius right now. Oh, the large spike of ice. Any frozen enemies hit by the final burst also takes another more powerful hit. What do you think about the weapon requirements? Seems quite limiting special stuff like Flicker Strike. I don't mind it that much because of the seamless weapon swapping that a player can do. Convert 60 fist to cold. And then the radius, and it causes 8 bursts. Okay. Hammer of the Gods. Melee problems. Kinda. Where was I? Mace ability again, and it is yet again a slam feature, like consistently emphasizing this idea that all slam abilities seems to be mace related. Entreats the ancestors to crush your enemies, manifesting a massive hammer that falls from the sky onto your targets. Can't be evaded. Attack damage is 1307%. What the fuck? And this is also interesting because other abilities shows the 2-handed mace before showing the 1-handed mace. That's kind of weird that they swapped that. This has a 24-second cooldown. What is this, like supposed to be some sort of ultimate skill or something? What the fuck? Okay. That's gonna do a lot of damage. Hand of Chalupa. Unarmed or quarterstaff. Dash to an enemy and strike them with an unarmed attack, applying socketed curses and marks with increased effects. The skill always strikes with your bare fist, even if you have a quarterstaff equipped. Can't be evaded, plus base crit strike chance. Huh. Oh, that's pretty fucking cool. So that's how you apply marks and curses, like a curse on hit thing for Monkston. That's actually pretty cool. Oh, here's the heralds. Let's have a look at them. For fuck's sake. There. Herald of Ash, 30 spirits. While active, enemies use sufficiently overkill with attacks will cause an explosion that ignites nearby enemies based on the overkill damage dealt. Base duration 4 seconds, 1 meter radius. Base burning damage 30% of overkill damage. Burn surrounding enemies if overkill damage is at least 20% of maximum life. Buff cause attack to gain 15% of damage as extra fire. Herald of Ice, we don't get the info. Herald of Thunder, however, cannot inflict shock, similar to the PoE 1 version. Converts 100% of fist to lightning. 3.2 base radius. Lightning bolt strikes targets of your next 5 attacks after killing a shocked enemy with attack damage. And the buff grants added attack lightning damage. Melee and bow. I think it's because it's attack tagged. Yeah, this is data mine, so you have to take a lot of this with a grain of salt. That's the thing, right? Hex Blast. Dealing chaos damage, maximum 9 explosions, base explosion. Base explosion, radiuses and base blast wave, base wave radius. Detonate curses on enemies in an area, causing explosions of chaos, but removing the curse. So similar to X Blast PoE 1. Oh. So this is another one of those ammunition skills for the Mercenary. Load your crossbow with piercing bolts that can consume fully broken armor on enemies to deal extra damage. So this allows you to consume fully broken armor on enemies to deal 150% more damage. What the fuck? It pierces 6 targets. So you can load up with the armor piercing rounds. And if you break all their armor, you can switch to the high velocity rounds and deal more damage. If they're full armor after, I have no idea, dude. I have no idea how the mechanic will work. How many more do we have? Holy fuck, man. Oh my god. I'm not going to be able to do all of them today, boys. Okay, where was I? Ice Nova. Damage, knocks enemies back, and more effective chill. Okay, but a lot of them goes pretty quick, though, so there's that at least. Ice Shards is a crossbow skill. Loads your crossbow. Wait, this is an ammunition. Oh. So this is an elemental ammunition for the crossbow. With a clip of icy balls will rapidly fire at the ground, leaving a shard of ice at impact location unless the bolt hits an enemy. The ice shards shatter when enemies step on them, dealing damage to nearby enemy. This is why I think the Mercenary will have like trap stuff. Or mines. Using the skill again reloads the clip. 60 converted fist to cold. Not going to be back. 12 bolts before reloading. Cannot freeze. Okay. And we have Ice Spear. 70% fist converted cold. Base radius of 2.5. Throws a copy of your spear. Oh, this is a spear specific ability. So this is no longer a spell that the sorcerer is supposed to use. This is actually turning the huntress's spear ability or the spear weapon into a cold ice spear. At a short distance, it arms, massively boosting its damage. When the spear breaks against an enemy, it deals damage in a cone-shaped area behind them. When armed, it deals 80% more damage, converts the same, and 20% chance for hits to be freezing. Huh. Ice Strike is a quarterstaff ability. Perform a fast icy strike using attack 3 times in a quick succession. It causes the final strike that's slower and more powerful, and converting 80 to cold. Our spear is 1-hander, 2-hander, 1-hander, unless I'm mistaken. Impale. This is no longer a support gem. It's an active skill now. Jump back from a target, dealing melee damage and attempting to immobilize them. Cannot be performed without targeting an enemy. 100% chance for hits to be immobilizing. +5 to melee strike range. Immobilizes enemies as though dealing 200% more damage. So it's just the hitting that ailment threshold. Okay. You know, if sorry. Do you know, is the spear going to have a special if nothing is in the offer and you use the spear with 2 hands? I have no idea. They share the Impale name, but it's not exactly the PvE1, PvE2 version in that case. Yeah, some abilities are similar, but they are not the same abilities. So there's that. I completely forgot about doing this. Okay. Incendiary shot. Ammunition skill again. Hits always ignites, converting 80% of fist to fire. Also knocks enemies back. Multiple bolts from one burst can hit the same target. Bolts shatter on impact, dealing damage in a 1.4 meter cone. Fires 10 bolts per burst. Not bad. Soul Eater gem. There was a gem at least. Might be. It might be. Boys. My health is fucking declining. I'm gonna call it. I need to call it. I'm gonna find someone to host. I can't fucking see straight right now. Oh, so good on my eyes. I'm gonna host you guys over to Pox, I think. Is he online? Wait, where's Darth? Darth's not online. Alright, I'll throw you guys over to Pox. You guys give him a big warm welcome. I do apologize for the lack of energy. Hope you guys can forgive me. I hope you enjoyed the short stream today. And I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. I will be live a little later because I do need to make sure I get to properly rest and sleep extra to get somewhat better. I will be prepping a level 60 character in Torchlight before I go live as well for the sponsorship, actually. And we'll start with PoE 2, discuss that more. We have more abilities to go through. Wait, is tomorrow Thursday? Oh, you're right, actually. Tomorrow's Thursday. Now we'll spend the entire day doing PoE 2 stuff. Like I said, I'm not feeling too well. Y'all give Pox a big one welcome. I'll catch you guys tomorrow because it's Thursday, so not Thursday. That's on Friday. All right, you guys have a good night. Fuck it up.